see the co-holder of the WWE Hardcore Championship Edge.
10 WWE wrestlers who had championship reigns that never existed. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Number 1. The Fabulous Rougeaus, the WWE Tag Team Championship. Real-life brothers Jacques and Raymond Rougeau are mostly known for their time in the WWE in the late 80s. The Rougeaus feuded with some of the top tag teams in the division, with the most notable being the Rockers, the Bushwhackers, and the Hart Foundation. The Rougeau Brothers are often overlooked because the WWE had such a stacked division during this period, but there was a point where the Fabulous Rougeaus were the kings of their division. On August 10, 1987, the Rougeaus fought the Hart Foundation for the prestigious tag belts at the Montreal Forum. During the match, Jimmy Hart tossed over his megaphone to help the Harts, but the brothers grabbed the megaphone and used it as a weapon instead. They won the titles and the crowd popped huge, but the decision was ultimately reversed due to the use of the illegal weapon. During their time in the WWE, the Rougeaus would never actually win the WWE Tag Team Championships. Number 2. Antonio Inoki, the WWE Championship. The WWE Hall of Famer Antonio Inoki is not just a legend in Japan. Inoki is also a former WWE champion. The founder of New Japan Pro Wrestling developed a budding relationship with WWE, and in 1979, some of the top WWE stars did an international tour with New Japan Pro Wrestling stars. At this time, Bob Backlund was the WWE champion, and he defended his belt against Antonio Inoki on November 30th, 1979. These two battled for nearly 30 minutes, but the bout ended in controversial fashion. Tiger Jeet Singh distracted Inoki and allowed Backlund to hit his signature atomic drop. The referee actually did count to 3 and Backlund celebrated, but the problem was that the count was recognized. This was actually the Montreal Screwjob, but in Japan. The count wasn't recognized, so the match continued and Inoki hit a side suplex and went for the cover. The referee did a quick 3 count and Inoki was announced as the new WWE champion. Inoki and Backlund would have a rematch on December 6th and Backlund would avenge his loss and regain the WWE championship. This was 1979, so news overseas rarely made it to America, so the company actually pretended that the title change never happened. There was no heat on Inoki, nor was the title change a screw-up. Bob Backlund revealed in his book Backlund from All-American Boy to Professional Wrestling World Champion that the company wanted to keep Inoki on the same level as rival Giant Baba in All Japan Pro Wrestling, who had a history of beating major American stars. This was simply a business decision between Inoki and WWE, and given that the company inducted him into the 2010 Hall of Fame, there was zero bad blood on either side. Number 3. $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, the WWE Championship. Sadly for Ted DiBiase, money can't buy everything. The way DiBiase got his hands on the WWE Championship was because of the late great Andre the Giant. Hulk Hogan and Andre had a rematch at a WrestleMania 3 encounter on Saturday night's main event on February 5th, 1988. This turned out to be an unforgettable Saturday night screwjob as Earl Hebner counted to 3 even though Hulk Hogan kicked out at 1. Andre the Giant was officially the new WWE champion, and then he sold it to Ted DiBiase. Why be a WWE champion when you can be a millionaire? DiBiase left the show as WWE champion, and even defended the title at house shows throughout the week. However, the then WWE president Jack Tunney came in and stripped DiBiase of the WWE title. His run was null and void, and since Tunney ruled that the prestigious belt could not be purchased, Andre was recognized as the final WWE champion before it was vacated. A single elimination tournament was made for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 4. The Macho Man ended up beating DiBiase for the belt in the finals, and despite never winning the title, DiBiase created the iconic $1 Million Championship that he proudly defended 3 times. Number 4. Owen Hart, the WWE Championship. And many people feel that Owen Hart should have been a world champion, but not many know that Owen Hart is actually a former WWE champion. Well, at least for 5 minutes he was. Rewind back to the legendary feud between brothers Owen Hart and Bret Hart. The two had an incredible match at SummerSlam 94. But that wasn't the match where Hart won the WWE title. It was actually at a house show in 1994 where Owen and Bret had a lumberjack match. All the heels attacked Bret, which allowed his brother to get the 3 count. The win was even official. Even the late great Howard Finkel announced Owen Hart as the new WWE champion. But the referee ripped out Owen's heart by restarting the match with Bret regaining the WWE Championship. So unfortunately, it wasn't recognized. It's a damn shame that this moment wasn't reality, as there seemed to be genuine excitement and the joy in Owen's face when he celebrated. It's not clear why WWE opted to give him a phony win and take it back, but it's not uncommon for a house show. Number 5. Bob Holly, Intercontinental Champion. But probably one of the most accomplished moments for Bob Holly's singles career was actually erased and left on a forgotten TV show. From October 23rd, 1994 to September 15th, 1996, WWE had a weekend show called Action Zone. The very first episode had Bret Hart vs Owen Hart for the WWE Championship. Now, Action Zone was just the 90s version of WWE Main Event. Despite the show's cancellation, it actually featured some notable moments, including Bob Holly beating Jeff Jarrett for the Intercontinental Championship. The controversy surrounding the title win was that Jarrett had his foot on the bottom rope as the referee counted to 3. Immediately after the match, Jarrett blew a gasket and went out of his way to explain that he was screwed over. Jarrett got his wish as WWE President Jack Tunney stripped Holly of the title and booked a rematch for the Intercontinental Championship the following week on Action Zone. And Jarrett won the rematch, and Holly's brief title run was erased from the history books. When you look on WWE.com, Jeff Jarrett is recognized as IC champion twice on April 26, 1995. So as far as WWE is concerned, the only singles title that Bob Holly won was the Hardcore Championship. Number 6. The Rockers, the WWE Tag Team Championship. And did you know that the Rockers have never been tag team champions? Despite being considered as one of the best tag teams in the 80s and 90s, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty were never given a run with the prestigious belt. It's all due to the tag title controversy. On November 30th, 1990, the Rockers had a 2 out of 3 falls match against the Hart Foundation for the WWE tag titles on Saturday night's main event. These two were considered the best tag teams on the planet, so you would think that a 20+ minute match would be an instant classic, and it was on its way to being one until the top rope just snapped. Now, the four men tried to remain professional after the random incident, but the final few minutes in the match was so bad that Vince McMahon opted to pretend that this match never existed. During the match, Bret Hart put Shawn Michaels in a headlock for a long time so he could tell the referee to get someone down and fix the ring. Unfortunately, nobody came to fix the ropes, and the dreadful bout came to an end with the Rockers getting the deciding fall. That night, it was confirmed that the Rockers were the new WWE Tag Team Champions, but since Saturday night's main event was a tape show, Vince simply edited the match out and the duo were never recognized as the WWE Tag Team Champions. The funny thing is that the Rockers did defend those belts against Power and Glory several days later. However, President Jack Tunney explained on television that due to the rope breaking, the Hart Foundation got the titles back. Vince did promise to give the Rockers the belts back, but it never happened. The match was erased from existence until the 2007 DVD, The Shawn Michaels Story Heartbreak and Triumph, where it was released to the public for the first time ever. It's a shame that the Rockers were probably punished for a simple mistake. Number 7. Chris Jericho World Heavyweight Championship. Everyone remembers the historic night when Chris Jericho beat The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin to become the new undisputed champion. But most fans have forgotten that this wasn't Jericho's first world title win in WWE. That honor goes to a special Raw is War episode on April 17, 2000. Chris Jericho fought Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship, and the finish was laid out in a fluky manner. That's because the referee in this match was Earl Hebner, the same guy who remains proud of the Montreal Screwjob. However, on this occasion, Triple H screwed himself as Earl got tired of Triple H's physical abuse. So instead of disqualifying Triple H, Earl made a quick count after Chris Jericho hit the Lion Salt on Triple H. Jericho was the new WWE Undisputed Champion, for at least 20 minutes. Triple H bitched and moaned about Hebner screwing him over, and the decision was reversed and the match was changed to no contest. But the purpose of this was to give Triple H massive heat, and it worked. While it sucked that Jericho was shortchanged out of a title run, he was rewarded with being the only man in history to beat The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin on the same night of Vengeance 2001 to become the new undisputed WWE Champion. Number 8. Kofi Kingston Intercontinental Championship. Now, on May 14, 2010, Kofi Kingston fought for the IC Championship after winning a tournament that gave him the right to challenge Drew McIntyre. The finish was clean and decisive, and Kofi was officially recognized as IC Champion, but McIntyre managed to pull a Triple H by using Vince McMahon to get the win overturned. Kofi had to give the title back, but rest easy as Kingston challenged McIntyre again at Over the Limit and won the belt officially. This time the decision wasn't reversed. This was a convoluted way to get heat on Drew McIntyre that was completely undone when he lost to Kofi a few weeks later. A pointless overturn that didn't do McIntyre any favors. Number 9. Chris Jericho and Chyna Intercontinental Championship. And for a brief period in 2000, Chris Jericho and Chyna were co-Intercontinental Champions due to a match between them ending in a double pinfall. Interestingly enough, WWE completely erased this run as neither Jericho or Chyna are recognized as champions from January 3rd to January 23rd, 2000. In fact, no one is recognized as champion during this period as it's simply vacant. It was certainly a bizarre little story between Jericho and Chyna that WWE clearly wants fans to forget. The situation was eventually resolved when Jericho, Chyna, and Hardcore Holly had a triple threat match for the belt at the 2000 Royal Rumble. Jericho emerged victorious that night and became the sole owner of the IC Championship. At number 10, Layla and Michelle McCool Women's Championship. And WWE is no stranger to the whole co-champions deal. They did it again in 2010, but this time with Cool. Layla got the pin on Beth Phoenix in a handicap match on SmackDown, but Michelle and Layla became co-champions when they accidentally broke the title in half. From May 14th to September 19th, 2010, only Layla is recognized as the final WWE Women's Champion, despite Michelle defending the belt on several occasions for her. In fact, the WWE Hall of Famer was the one who unified the Women's and Divas title at Night of Champions. From that moment on, Michelle McCool was put into the record books as the only Divas champion, though the story of them being co-champions didn't end until Survivor Series 2010. But there you have it, folks, 10 WWE wrestlers who had championship reigns that never existed. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.